Hello and welcome to this handstand for beginners class. In this class, we will be moving through some warm-ups to prepare your body, mainly your wrists and your core and the shoulders. And then we'll spend a little bit of time to help you push past your fears so that you can learn how to fall safely and how to enter handstand with control. And then we'll take it to the wall for a few shapes at the wall. So make sure that you do have a wall close by. And then when you're ready, I'll meet you on the mat. Let's begin with a quick core warm-up. So come and lie down on your back. Then extend the legs up towards the ceiling. Flex your feet. Then reach the arms forwards, lift the head, lift the shoulders off the mat. Feel your upper abs engage. You want to maintain that engagement throughout, so continue to lift yourself up. And then we'll just lower the right leg down and then lift it back up and switch. Just nice, slow and steady to begin. Keep your breath fluid. Keep reaching the arms forwards. That will help you lift your head, shoulders, and the upper back. Keep going here. There's no need to rush through the movement. It's much better if you find slow, controlled movements. Good. Just a couple more. Nice. Last one. And keeping both legs in the air, relax your head and your shoulders. Then reach your arms overhead. Bend your knees. You're finding a tuck position with the legs. Then on an inhale, keep reaching the arms overhead. Create length. As you exhale, reach your hands to tap your toes and crunch in. Inhale, lengthen, reach overhead, relax. Exhale and crunch, tap your toes. Keep it going. Slow and controlled. Control the lift and control the lower. Lengthen on your inhale, crunch on your exhale. Keep the knees close to your chest. Finding a little bit of compression here. 5 more, keep it going. Slow and steady. Last one. Good. Then keeping the arms overhead, just let your knees rock from side to side. Find a gentle twist for some active rest. Just a few breaths like this. Good. And then extend your legs down to the mat, but keep them hovering. Press your lower back into the mat and then lift your arms. Find this hollow body position. Draw your chin into your chest, relax your neck, and we'll hold it here for 5. Keep it steady for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bend your knees, hug your knees into your chest, come into a ball. Bring your chin in towards your chest, lengthen the back of the neck. And then I have one more ab exercise for you, putting it all together. Take a moment to steady the breath. Good. And then on your inhale, extend your arms, extend your legs, find that hollow body position. Exhale and crunch, tap your toes. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Keep it going. Moving with your breath. 5 more. 3, 2. Last one as you find your hollow body, holding for 5, 4, 3, stay with me for 2, and 1. Come into a ball, gentle rock side to side. Relax your head against the mat, take a few breaths to reset. Good. Then rocking backwards and forwards, come up into a seated position, swing your legs around and come into tabletop. And we'll warm up your wrists here to begin. So spreading your fingers wide, grip the mat and think of creating like a spider shape with your hands. That's how you can really activate your hands. Then keeping that shape, start to rock the body side to side. Keep the hands firmly planted so they're not moving. Then rocking forwards and backwards. And putting it all together, rocking in circular motions, going clockwise a few times. And then anti-clockwise. Good. Then I want you to shift your weight forward. Send your shoulders past your wrists. So your wrists come into quite a deep extension here. And I want you to focus on pressing the floor away. Hold it here. Gaze down. Relax your head and neck. So strengthening the wrists in a stretched position here. Keep pushing the floor away. And if you're starting to arch your spine, think of tilting the pelvis back. Draw your low belly in. Stay with me for 5, 4. Keep pressing the floor away for 3, 2, 1. Nice. Come and sit all the way back on your heels. Find a kneeling position. Then flip your hands, bring the tops of the hands down to the mat, and we'll just hold it here, just a static hold. If this is too intense for your wrists, then bend the elbows. This will help decrease the intensity. If it's not intense enough and you like more, you can start to lean your weight back so the tops of the wrists will lift. Keep spreading the fingers wide. We'll just hold a few more breaths here. You can let your head hang heavy, let the back of the neck relax, release any tension that is stored there. Good. And then come and sit all the way back. Peel your hands away and bring the backs of the hands together like so. Then start to roll the fingers towards you. Lift the hands up. Close the palms together. And then roll them back out and continue to move through this. Just nice circular motions, moving through a little bit of rotation for the wrist joint, because it's key to focus on mobilizing the wrist joint as well as strengthening, because if we don't have very mobile wrists, then we're not going to be able to hold our hands in extension, which is where they are in a handstand. Reverse the motion. See if you can tease your brain a little bit. Good. And then shake it out all together. Nice. Plant the hands, come back into your tabletop, and we'll spend a little time focusing on your shoulders now, because we need nice, open, strong shoulders for handstand. So keeping your hips in line with your knees, reach your hands forwards, come up onto tented fingers. Then with an inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, let your chest sink down. Your spine will arch here. You can just rest the chin or the forehead on the mat, whichever feels best for you. Keep pressing the fingers into the mat so the hands are supporting you here. And just let the chest get a little heavier. Feel for that stretch in the shoulders and the upper back. Good. Slowly lift yourself all the way up. Come back into your tabletop. Then tuck in your toes, lift your hips, find downward facing dog. Now looking at your feet, start to pedal out the legs. Good. Now let's move through a flow to integrate everything we've just worked on. So on your inhale, round the back, ripple forwards, come into a high plank and push the floor away. As you exhale, bend your knees, hover them down to the mat. Then push yourself back as if you're about to sit back on your heels in a crouching downward dog, I like to call it. Good. And then looking at your knees, extend your legs, lift the hips back to down dog. Again with the breath, inhale around the spine, come forwards, high plank. Exhale, bend your knees to hover. Push back into crouching down dog. Lift the hips, straighten the legs, downward facing. 2 more, inhale, high plank. Exhale, bend the knees, push back. Straighten the legs, downward dog. 1 more, inhale, round, come to high plank, push the floor away. Exhale, bend your knees, keep them hovering. Push back and extend the legs. Good. Give the legs a few more pedals, alternating from side to side. And then find stillness. Look in between your hands and lift your heels. On an inhale, shift your weight forwards. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. And as you exhale, bend your knees, shift your weight back. And find that power through the legs as you straighten the legs. Push yourself forwards. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, come back. Find that power to push yourself forwards. Inhale. Exhale, come back. 1 more, inhale, push forwards. Exhale, come back. This time I want you to jump the feet to the hands. Find forward fold here. Take the weight off the hands. You can just hold on to opposite elbow here if you're looking for something to do with your hands. Let your torso, head, and neck hang heavy. Take a few moments to regulate your breath. So nice even inhales and exhales here. Good. And then we'll start to speed that up a little bit. So step back into your downward dog. Then lift your heels, look forwards. Inhale, shift your body forwards. Exhale, bend the knees. Find that power and then jump. Forward fold. Let yourself hang out here. A few breaths to reset. Then step it back to downward dog. Let's take this 3 more times so you get really confident jumping forward. So move with the breath. Inhale, shift forwards. Lift your heels, look forwards. Exhale, bend the knees. Get power through the legs as you jump. Forward fold. Hang it out here. Good. Back to downward dog. 2 more. Move with the breath. Inhale, look forwards, shift forwards. Exhale, bend the knees. Find power and jump. Forward fold. Take rest. Good. 1 more. Step the feet back, downward dog. Inhale, shift forwards. Exhale, bend the knees and jump. Forward fold, hang it out here. Let the head and neck relax, bring your chin into your chest. Good. Nice. And edge your feet as wide as your mat. Find a wide forward fold here to begin. You can take a hold of opposite elbow, sway it out from side to side. Press down through all four corners of your feet. Good. And then slowly come and stand all the way up. And step your feet together, hips width. Then from here, step your right foot back. You want both legs straight, both feet hips width distance apart. And with the hands on the hips, fold forwards over the front leg. And if the hamstrings are feeling quite tight today, bend the front knee just a little bit. And then you can rest the fingertips on the mat or a set of blocks if you have them. Just let yourself breathe steady here as we focus on stretching the backs of the legs. Okay, then let's break down how to kick up into a handstand. And we won't actually be kicking up just yet, so don't worry. I know the wall is not there for your safety. This is just the beginning stages. So from here, I want you to find a bend in the front knee so that you can plant your hands in front of you. Remember, spider's hands grip the mat. Then moving with the breaths, you use your breath to find control. Start with an inhale here, lift your chest, gaze forwards. As you exhale, shift the weight into the front foot, lift the back leg, push into the mat, and lift your front heel. Hold for a second, find that pressing action, pushing the floor away, and then lower the back leg down. Let's do it a little quicker this time. So inhale to reset. Exhale, shift forwards and lift. Push the floor away. Come up onto your tiptoes. And then come back down. One more. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, shift forwards and lift. Push the floor away. And come down. Bring the hands to the hips, lift yourself up to stand. Then we'll switch, so right foot comes forwards, left foot comes back. Find the feet hips width distance. Nice strong legs here, and then folding forwards. And again, if backs of the legs are feeling a little tight here, find a bend in the knee. Just find a few breaths here. Good. And bend into the front knee if you want already. Plant your hands on the mat. Let's move with the breath. So inhale here to begin. Chest lifts, look forwards. Exhale, shift forwards, lift the back leg, push the floor away. Come up onto your tiptoes. And then come all the way back. Nice. Let's take it a few more times. Inhale. Exhale, shift forwards, push the floor away. And come back down. Two more. Inhale to begin. Exhale, shift and push. Get used to really pushing the floor away. Trust your hands. And then come back down. Last one. Keep it flowing. Good. And then come all the way down. Bring the hands to the hips, come and stand all the way up, step the feet together. And then turn to face the side of your mat and come and stand at one end of your mat so you've got space to the side of you to move into, because as we work towards kicking up into handstand, I know things can get very scary very quickly. So I want to share a technique of how to fall safely. And it's a combination of like a cartwheel and just a little twist to the side. And you may have a couple opportunities in this class to put this into practice. So it's worth knowing how to do. So we'll just practice some cartwheels from side to side. If you're unfamiliar with cartwheels, if it's been a while since you last practiced them, maybe as a child, you can start with a staggered stance, reach the arms up, and then use a little bit of momentum as you drive the hands down, lift the back leg up and to the side. Okay, let's take it a few more times. So just practicing either side, work out which side you feel most comfortable turning onto. Okay, I think that is enough. Now, when we're in the handstand and possibly when we need to bail, we have to sort of incorporate this cartwheel to twist out to the side. So I'll do a quick demo so you can see, and then maybe you'll get the opportunity to put this into practice, just so that you know what your exit strategy is if you do need to bail. So say you have kicked up and you're feeling a little bit unsteady and you need to bail, you can do so by cartwheeling out to the side. So you're taking your weight back onto your feet, taking the weight out of the hands so you're nice and safe, because we definitely don't want to be falling over into the unknown where, you know, that's like the land of injury over there. Whereas if we fall out to the side, that's the safe zone. Okay, so let's work on a few little jumping drills and then we'll take it to the wall. And I know that we're not working with the wall just yet, so you may feel a little tentative in your jumps. You may not want to go quite so high, and that's okay. I just want you to get used to jumping even just a little bit. So starting at the short end of your mat, step the left foot forwards and the right foot back, just like we've been practicing. Then fold forwards and plant your hands on the mat. And I want you to keep your gaze in between your thumbs, so you're always looking in the direction that you're going in, and that will help you go in that direction. And start with an inhale, lift your chest. As you exhale, lift your back leg up and see if you can hop off the left foot. Just a little hop up, and then you can plant the back foot down. Maybe if you're traveling forwards, you walk the hands forwards and turn it into a little hop and a walk. Okay, so take it a couple of times, just walking your way forwards, finding these little hops. And then you can walk yourself all the way back and switch sides. So this time, right foot is forwards, left leg is back. Take a moment to steady your breath, reset the hands. Remember, inhale, chest lifts, look forwards. Exhale, you lift the back leg and jump and come back down. Maybe you work your way forwards, or maybe you just stay where you are. Take it a few more times. Good. Then come and stand all the way up and turn to face your wall. And if you're quite far away from your wall, you may just want to make sure that the short end of your wall is right up against, the short end of your mat, is right up against your wall. Good. Now, standing in front of your wall, make sure that you're about an arm's distance away. And that's going to be enough distance so you don't hit your head, but it's just close enough so that you still have that safety net. And then from here, plant your hands just in front of your feet. You may need to bend the knees just to reach the floor here. And keeping the left foot forward, step your right foot back. So into that stance that we've just been practicing. Plant the hands. And let's see if we can kick up to the wall. So we're just practicing finding enough power to lift the hips. And that's half of the challenge here, just finding enough of a lift. So take it 3 times. See if you can kick up to the wall and then come back down. Starting with an inhale. Exhale, shift forwards and lift. See if you can tap the wall and then come back down. So don't worry about holding it now. We're just focusing on getting up. 2 more rounds. One more. Okay, come and stand all the way up. And we'll just take the weight off the hands a few moments. So interlace the fingers, roll the hands out a few times. Now, when we practice these kicks, it can be more challenging than we realize because the legs are heavy and we have to find a lot of power to get them up in the air. So instead of being hard on yourself and trying to get it perfect first time, just prioritize progress instead of perfection. So progress might look like kicking up a little bit more than you did the previous time, to experiment with how much power you need, because that's really what's going to help you get to the wall. But, if you're talking yourself down, or, maybe you're feeling a little bit disheartened because you haven't reached the wall yet, don't worry about it. Just focus on baby steps to begin. So shake out your hands, step the right foot forwards, left foot back. If you need to remeasure your arms distance, go ahead. And then plant the hands and let's kick up 3 more times, just experimenting with how much power you need each time. Find your breath, inhale. Exhale, kick up. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale, kick. See if you can find the wall. Don't worry if you don't. Take it once more. Inhale. Exhale, shift and lift. And then come back down. Find a kneeling position. Take the weight off the hands. Bring your hands to your thighs and roll the shoulders back a few times. And then a few times forwards. Good. So we're going to take this one more time on either side. So kicking off the left and kicking off the right. This time, see if we can kick all the way up to the wall. So I want you to really find that power in your legs. Know that the wall is strong. You can really go for it and it's going to catch you. So see if you can get both feet up. We'll maybe spend a couple breaths there, come down, and then we'll switch. So starting left foot forwards, right foot back. Plant your hands, steady your breath, and if you haven't found your way up to the wall yet, really think of powering through the legs. Start with an inhale. Exhale, lift. See if you can bring both heels to the wall. If you make it here, push the floor away. If you're still working on the kick, keep going. Keep holding as you push the floor away, gaze in between your thumbs. And then when you want to come down, just push off the wall. Come back to a kneeling position. If the wrists are feeling tired, take the weight off them. Make little fists with the hands and just roll them out. Because if you're not used to spending a lot of time on the hands, it's likely that they're tired right now, and that's okay. Take a few breaths here to reset. And then we'll have one last go, seeing if you can come all the way up to the wall. So shake it out all together. This time, step the right foot forwards and the left foot back. Set your hands, steady your breath for an inhale. Gaze forwards. Exhale, kick up. See if you can bring both heels to the wall and push the floor away. Keep working on your kick if you're not quite making it to the wall. Keep the gaze in between the thumbs. Remember, spider's hands, really grip the mat. Good, and then when you want to come down, just press away from the wall. Come all the way down, find a kneeling position. And then let's take a few breaths in child's pose. Reach your arms forwards, rest your forehead on the mat. Start to slow down your breath. And let your arms go heavy. Let your shoulders relax. Slowly lift yourself back up into a kneeling position. And then rest the hands on your thighs. Tilt your head to the left. We'll just release some tension in the right side of the neck here, because oftentimes what happens when we're practicing handstands is the neck is in extension. So we end up with a lot of tension in the back of the neck. So it's good just to release some of that after practice, even if you didn't realize that you'd built up tension there. Okay, roll your chin towards your chest and then tilt the head to the right side, releasing tension on the left side. Just a few breaths here. Relax your shoulders if you notice that they're up by your ears, and soften the muscles in your face. Good. And let's roll the head all the way back. Full circle now. Moving through clockwise motions. Nice and slow. And then anti-clockwise. Good. Okay, lift your head back up. Open the eyes if you close them. And you are done. Thank you for joining me for this class. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helped you see that, we can break a big goal like a handstand down into lots of little goals and make it much more manageable. And that way you don't have to feel disheartened if you're not getting up to the wall each time, because hopefully you can find just a little bit of progress in your kicking skills or in your pushing the floor away skills, so that you can still end the class on a high. If you are interested in exploring your handstand journey and you feel that you need a little bit more guidance, please check out my 30-day handstand program, because I share everything from how to go from a beginner who is not feeling very strong, feeling a little bit scared, to someone who is competent and confident at handstands. It is a complete course of everything that I've learned in my handstand journey and so much more. So if you are interested, please check it out. I have linked it in the description below. I hope that you enjoy it if you do join me, and take care. I'll see you next time.